On Mars, no one can hear you clump. I mean, that's what happened. Anyway, here we are with Martian Gothic. We clumped last time, and it was quite horrific. So, how do we avoid clumping? Well, I've been trying some stuff out, and I think maybe we might be able to make a little bit of progress at least. Here's some stuff that we should do. Where's Matlock at? I think there's something I want to do. She's in this airlock. Okay, yeah, there's something I need to do here. So, someone let me know about something that I guess is not actually essential, but would be very useful. And I'm not entirely sure how you would figure this out accidentally. Anyway, let's go in here. And head inside here. I should see how many bullets I have. Let's reload that. And she's gonna get up, as she will do. Okay, why did I want to come here? Well, I wanted to put the laser scalpel in the vac tube. So Matlock has had the laser scalpel. She used that in the biolab to cut the rat Trimorph. You remember that. But I have reason to have her move that laser scalpel to someone else. We're going to switch to Karn. This bit annoys me a little bit, and you'll see why. Now he's going to take that laser scalpel. Oh, before I leave this room, I realized I didn't search the room as thoroughly as I should have. Because if you walk around, yeah, there, the magnifying glass icon appears. You see that? I'm not standing next to anything, but that magnifying glass is there. Examine rug. We found a drawer key. Apparently the person in this room hid the key under the rug. And with that, we can go and unlock this desk with the hidden key. There we go. And we got a passcode to main hatch. You might remember in the Kremlin, there was a main hatch that we could not unlock. Well, here that is. Now we have the password. Karn, and off he goes. Assuming he can maneuver around the environment, off he goes. Okay, so why did I want to take the laser scalpel? Well, a door that we've been walking around for, like, the whole game now. Is this one over here.
This door's jammed. The mechanism is heat fused. Saw the same kind of damage done with a flare bolt once.
So maybe the clue here is that Karn is the only one who actually gives any detail about the door. Like the other two, when they examine it, they don't really know much about it. So Karn, with the laser scalpel.
Laser scalpel. I hate laser scalpels.
I mean, he says that he hates it, but he's the only one who can do this. I think I actually tried to do this with Matlock. It didn't work, because she can't do this. All right. So, that unlocks the door that connects two parts of the map. So we avoid quite a bit of space by doing that. Like, we can really avoid going through a pretty long hallway. Anyway, here's the main hatch for the Kremlin. Let's take a look at that password again. It's 3471. I notice I still have the laser scalpel. So maybe there's something else I'll do with it. We have lenses here. What are these lenses?
These should throw some light on a hidden subject.
What does that mean, Karn? What? I don't know what that means. I'll put the passcode in the hatch. So, okay, if we have the need for lenses, we've got a bunch of them here. You know, just in case we need them. The other hatch, I believe, had flares, but we don't have a flare gun. Nothing on him. I think this guy over here has the password for that. Right, the passcode was on the microcorder.
Simon Fellner, Biolab Operative. Daylog, August 8th, 2018, 9:43 p.m. Harroway's left me in charge of the Kremlin while most of the crew were down in the necropolis on the final phase of Operation Akarak. I'm sitting here in solitary splendor, talking to myself. But I'm not complaining. Those subterranean chambers give me the spooks, and it's bloody freezing.
And there it is, 0756. Yeah, here are flare bolts. And we'll put that microcorder in here. So I guess if we find a flare gun, I guess we can use these. But of course we don't have that at the moment. Now, a puzzle that we got is that there are two switches there, and they need to be pushed simultaneously. So we need to get a second person in here. Of course, we tried that last time, and a problem was that it seemed like because two people were in the room for a while, that they clumped together, but it's actually not that. The time doesn't matter, it's the distance. So I guess I got a little too close to the other person in the room, and because of that, we clumped. So, two people trying to push both switches at the same time is too close together. They can't do it. So it's just impossible. Or is it? Would it be... Maybe it could be possible to push the button if there was some way of pushing the button from a distance. If that could somehow be done. Well, this is a safe area. So I'll get a second character out here, and Kenzo has plenty of ammo for his gun, so we'll use him. What we're about to do is so stupid, by the way. It's so stupid. Someone else in here, so let's get him before we do this. Alright, so over here, he's got a button, but he can only push one button at a time. Let's get Karn back in that room. Why Karn? Well, he's been holding on to an item for quite some time now. This POPGUN. Let's equip the POPGUN. When we do that...
I look pretty stupid holding this thing. I'll look even more stupid if I fire it.
But he's gonna, because when we do it in this room, we get a special perspective here. There we go. Let me just move Karn to the corner here. So that's how you do that. Alright, so we had to do that to get this computer on. Let's see what's on the computer.
There's a message here for you, Karn. It was stored months ago.
Alright. I'm gonna have to get Karn over here. So we're gonna have to move these two. Let's get Karn back out. Probably should equip the nail gun. The POPGUN is still here, isn't it? I wonder if we use that for anything else. Alright, let's get Karn over here. Get Kenzo out here. Oh, and we still don't know this door right here. This is locked. I don't think we have the passcode for that. And put him in the mood room. Okay. Switch back to Karn. Alright, let's take a look at this computer. For Martin Con...
Okay, people. I've received a message from the underground. The Resistance. With all we've been through together, I reckon it's time to come clean. Judith and me joined up with the underground 5 years back. I've been undermining Earth Control's operations from the inside. I don't know how much you've learned or guessed about the Thule program, but what I've seen up here confirms what a lot of people thought. Thule is a program of psionic warfare, and the experiences the Vita-based crew reported convinced Allenby that Mars was the source of an ancient psychic power. If that power were harnessed, it could be used as a weapon against potential enemies. Maybe you got the idea that Thule stood for some form of bacterial warfare, an alien bioweapon.
I knew it couldn't be bacterial warfare research. That would be a complete waste of time. Even at the end of the 20th century, there were enough bacteriological weapons in existence to wipe out the Earth 10 times over. Why look for more? But psychic warfare, the potential to control your enemy's minds, that's a prize Earth control would give the moon for. Literally. But I'll tell you what, Carl. As of now, you can consider me the latest recruit to the underground, as Rodine-educated girls are all rebels anyway. What about you, Kenzo?
Okay.
I'm glad you're with me. Now let's try sticking the evils back in Pandora's box.
That can't be done, you know.
I know, but let's try.
All right, so we got some backstory here about how we're actually rebelling against the man. Anyway, the letter says, for Martin Karn, from those underground rebels that Earth Control hates so much, here's hoping you're managing to solve the mystery of Allenby's Thule program. Good luck. You may not know the password to the mining site elevator. The open sesame word is Erebus, from one rebel to another. Oh, we have been to the mining site elevator, but it's blocked by a Trimorph, so we can't actually get there. Well, when we get there, we do know how to activate it.
Erebus.
We can say it like that. But, getting past the Trimorph is the problem. I can't seem to move. Can I pause? Yeah. Karn is not moving. Though the pause screen shows Kenzo as the main character. Why is that? Yeah, it says Kenzo is selected? Oh, there we go. That was a very strange thing. It's not letting me interact with this computer again. Is that the only use for the computer?
I think I've forgotten something.
Open door?
I always feel like that.
What door? It's not letting me interact with these. Is something wrong with the... Is that wrong with the game? Yeah, I can't open this door. That's kind of the door that I... Let me just switch to another character. What about you, Kenzo? You can interact with the door, it seems. Okay, now we can open the door. Yeah, okay, it's working now. It's working now. Oh, I should see if I can interact with the computer. Can I do it? Or maybe it was just an error that it wasn't letting me use the computer again. Let's just see if there's anything else on it. Yeah, okay, it seems like that was strange. That was a very strange thing. What's on this computer? Okay, the normal files. Oh, there's more files on here. Martin Karn, Kenjo Uji, Diane Matlock, Martin Karn again, Thule the Karakarak. Let's see. Well, we do need a password. The password for Martin's files was 4864. Now, we learned that like at the beginning of the game. Maybe I didn't... Maybe I didn't unlock these files after I restarted it way back when. Yeah, this is his basic bio. What is the second file? This one's also password protected. Oh, this is a different one. The same name, but different file. Base Director Felici to Allenby, classified. Karn's repeated requests to join the Vita crew are obvious attempts to join his ex-lover, Judith Haraway. Does he seriously think the company doesn't know about the two of them? Or that he doesn't blame us for the accidental shooting of his son? My feeling is that where Haraway is concerned, the otherwise shrewd Karn is liable to lose his cool judgment. Besides, he has become less reliable as a company man since his son's death. I suspect he has links with the underground. Recommend Karn is not permitted to visit Mars, unless, of course, you have a one-way mission in mind. Well, looks like Karn was able to get a mission to Mars anyway. What about Thule? Oh, that's like an 8-character password? I don't think we have seen an 8-character password so far. What about the Karakarak? That's 5 characters. We have seen some 5-character passwords. Mood has given us some. One password Mood gave us was field. You can try that. It is not that. Well, we did get another one, another 5-character password, which was Geist. That was the one. Okay, what is this? Report from Dr. John Farr, January 13th, 2019. The paranormal manifestations on the base before and after the contagion of August 8 provide evidence that the Karakarak possessed abilities including telepathy, telekinesis, and what the religiously inclined might describe as demonic possession. It may well be that the Karakarak were able to slip in and out of the space-time continuum that forms the world borders of humans. After all, how was it that we learned the original name of their planet and the name of its primal race in our dreams? It was they who whispered these names to us across gulfs of time. The more I ponder the Karakarak, the more I am reminded of H.P. Lovecraft's terrible old ones, Yog-Sothoth, Nyarlathotep, extra-dimensional beings waiting beyond the threshold to reclaim what was once theirs, or, in the case of Earth, seize what was never theirs. Some 5 to 100 million years ago, facing extinction, the Karakarak encoded their genetic imprint into the deathless bacteria in their bodies. Now those bacteria have found new hosts. The Karakarak are poised to return. I can feel their presence, their psychic residue thickening, coagulating. My head. Something is moving in my head. Alright, well that's what that file is. Local, this is just storage location contents. Save? Sure. Let's save a game here. Not that one. Let's save that one. All right. Well, I don't think there's anything else I can do in this room since we don't know how to open that door. Let's see, where might I want to put Karn? this is probably fine. This would be, Chem Lab. What did I store in Chem Lab? Cigarettes, microrecorder, and a note. I think that we're probably done with Chem Lab. But one thing that I do want to do is take another look at Biolab with Matlock. So, as far as what we did on the Kremlin, we have now gotten the password to use the elevator that goes down underground. But like I said, the problem with that is there's a Trimorph in the way. So before we can actually use the password... Alright. Before we can actually use the password, we have to find a way to get past the Trimorphs. Which is something we haven't been able to do yet.
Access denied.
Wanted Matlock to go back to Biolab. There's something else we can take a look at that we haven't yet. So this computer is password protected. Turns out the password is the time on Matlock's watch. And we get a recording for our reward.
It's February the 19th, 2018. We're still searching for Terence Whitaker's body. At least, we're going through the motions. It didn't take long to establish that the soil on the grave had been pushed aside from below. And those bare footprints circling the base, then veering off towards Olympus Mons. I try not to think about it. Poltergeist activity continuing.
Alright, so someone on the base died.
Director. I've heard her voice before, but where?
Presumably, the person died before all this started to happen, and then that dead body just started walking around, I guess. That's what it sounds like. Okay, we have an additional file here called The Contagion, which has 7 characters. We gotten a 7-character pass. Actually, hold on. I have Kenzo standing next to Mood. We've been getting passwords from Mood. Maybe I can just ask Mood for passwords, just to remind ourselves if we didn't get anything. Like maybe we got passwords and I just don't remember it. Talk to Mood about Contagion? Contagion is an option.
Have you any words of advice?
If you haven't worked it out already, stay well apart from each other, a distance of at least 10 meters.
We've been infected, all 3 of us.
Yes, I just couldn't bring myself to tell you. Very hard cheese. If you need more information, look in the text files in those dull little base computers. Password, Trident.
Alright, that is 7 characters. All right. Report from Dr. John Farr, December 25th, 2018. My mind has been wandering of late, but for the moment it is clear enough, so I'll set down a few reflections about the contagion that devastated Vita Base back on August 8th. It has become evident to me now that the Karakarak, the ancient Martians, encoded triplicate bacterium in their bodies to replicate their minds and physical form in any unlucky host. Each bacterium is composed of 3 distinct interlocking bacteria, similar to the 3 main types of Earth bacteria, Bacillus, Coccus, and Spirillum. An individual host can be infected only with 1 strain of Martian bacteria. Each bacterium enters a host separately, but when all 3 bacteria are present in 3 hosts, those hosts are drawn together. The Vita team, unfortunately, was not aware of the necessity to keep their distance when the sarcophagus shell was opened, and Haraway realized too late what was in store. Once opened, the giant shell released streams of bacteria. 27 of the team members formed into 9 transmuting clumps of consciously organized bacteria. During the agonizing transformation from human to Trimorph, the multi-limbed hosts ran amok, tearing the base asunder, and many surviving humans with it. One last observation. Apparently, when 2 humans infected with different bacteria start to merge or bimorph, some instinct guides them straight to the nearest host carrying the 3rd strain of bacteria. In other words, if 2 hosts combine together, the 3rd host can count off their remaining time in minutes, maybe seconds. The visions are coming back. Monochrome world. Bacterial ghosts. Well, I guess that does answer our question from before of if 2 of them merge together, how does the 3rd get merged? So they do have an explanation for it. I'm slipping away, losing myself. I'll type quickly before the madness comes back. Everything is quiet in the base now. The dead lie still. The Trimorphs are dormant. Those stinging creatures are nowhere to be seen. Oxygen levels have been lowering slowly now that Recyc lacks regular maintenance. The temperature is dropping as well due to damage caused to power core and the havoc following the bacterial outbreak. As the oxygen and temperature levels sink lower, so my unwelcome company in the base becomes less active. I assume that Trimorphs and their nasty little offspring thrive on heat and oxygen. As for the non-dead, something else is manipulating them. I can sense it. I believe that the Sovereign is controlling them in her dreams. Perhaps, for the present, she sleeps a dreamless sleep, and the dead are quiet. Alright, so I guess by fixing the air circulation system and by turning the power back on, we have made the Trimorphs active again, which is not a good thing, but of course we didn't know that. Some local file. This is what I used to sound like back when everyone was alive and well. It's just a text file. Ben Gunn. Emergency report August 8th. I have completed a primitive antidote to the Martian rod oval spiral combinations, which show increased signs of activity. It involves trapping those combinations in a continuous loop, feeding on themselves, so to speak. I've named it the Triune preparation. Under no conditions must this be tested on human beings. The side effects are almost certain to be severe, if not fatal. But it's a start in combating any bacterial outbreak from the sarcophagus, which the main team members are preparing to open right now. It's a sobering thought that if a bacterial outbreak is released from the sarcophagus, I may have to test this hideous concoction on myself. Well, if they hadn't opened it yet, it does seem like a bad idea to do that, if they knew that possibly this could happen. From Ben Gunn, a note to any who follow. Mary Shelley had a dream of a pale student of unhallowed arts constructing a creature made from human body parts. After waking, she immediately started to write Frankenstein. I too have had a dream in black and white, a Karakarak dream. In the dream, I saw vague figures from the deep past make fantastical alchemy with singing rocks and their own throbbing anatomies. A heart for a stone for a heart. What the technology? What dread hand? What dread feet? Who knows? Who cares? Maybe mimicking their magic will work. Maybe not. When the time comes, I'll give you a head start. P.S. I am in hell. I wish to die. I don't know, when we met him earlier, he seemed like he was pretty happy. Another note to any who follow. Here's something I prepared earlier. Thermalizer and centrifuge up and running, ladies and gentlemen. Syringes at the ready. Here's the recipe for today. Pick up a Trimorph sample and analyze thoroughly. Acquire blood samples from infected people. Now, the milk. Before you can boil the milk, you must find the milk. And the milk is in a bad, bad place. Mix blood and milk and bring to the boil. Allow to cool, then serve. If you do very, very well, you'll have a nice, safe serum, but it may take some time to work. Adios, amigos. Here's a recording by Haraway.
March the 12th, 2017. I wish to put on record my strong objection to the projected opening of the sarcophagus. Repeat, request for total evacuation of Vita Base. Shall not report further unless request granted. End report.
All right, well, it sounded like she did not want to open the sarcophagus, but I guess they had to? Maybe?
It's February the 19th, 2018. We're still searching for Terence Whitaker's body.
All right, so we did hear this one already. And storage location contents, as usual. There's also John Farr right here. Let's see. Program stage, stage 0. Analysis of tripartite blood sample, status complete. 1. Microscope analysis of Trimorph flesh. 2. Spirillum blood sample analyzed. 2. Coccus blood sample analyzed. 4. Bacillus blood sample analyzed. 5. Thermal processing of alien fluid sample. Well, okay. We know how to get the blood samples. Like, each of our characters has to draw blood. I think I have 2 of them. I only need Kenzo to draw his blood, and we'll get those 3. But then we also need Trimorph flesh. Not really sure where we get that. And then the last one is the thermal processing of alien fluid, which is what I assume is the milk from John Farr's report. He said the milk is in a bad place. So maybe the milk is going to be underground. Maybe we have to take that elevator down into the heart of the alien to get their milk, and that's what we would use to in the machines here. Like this, we have a bunch of machines here to do this with. Like there's this one, the centrifuge. Here's Ben Gunn's blood. What do we use a centrifuge for?
This has been adapted to separate blood types and simultaneously combine them with another substance.
Right, combine your blood with the milk. That's what he said. Combine the blood with the milk and then cook. And here's the thermalizer.
If I can get a sample of the original contagion source, I can superheat it in the thermalizer.
All right. And over here is the microscope.
Under an electron microscanner, any bacteria in our blood will show up larger than tadpoles in a pond. All I need are blood samples from each of us and a Trimorph tissue sample.
Right, so the computer said to use the microscope with the Trimorph tissue sample. So we have to get that. But the question is, how do we get that? I was wondering, what is this body? I don't suppose this body is a Trimorph at all, but I don't think it is. I tried using the laser scalpel on this at one time, but it didn't work.
It may look like pure Frankenstein, but I've a notion the gun was operating with some alien science here.
So question is, where do we get the Trimorph sample? We know where to get the blood samples. We have to get the Trimorph sample, and we have to get the milk. There's no magnifying glass here, so I guess we can't use any of this tissue sample. Like it looks like there's tissue sample here, but I guess this is not. We can't actually do anything with that. So okay, we're gonna need to keep our eyes out for finding a Trimorph tissue sample. I can only assume we might get that by maybe killing a Trimorph, but we don't really have the means to do that, it seems. The key item that we have just gotten is the password to go down the elevator, but a Trimorph is blocking that, so no, we're not doing that. We have to find a way to get past the Trimorph. So at this point, we have to figure out where can we go that we have not been. And if I'm looking at all these doors, and I'm thinking about everywhere that we've been to, well, there's really only one part of the map. Oh, there's my cursor. Let me grab that. This rainbow room, by the way, that's the Kremlin. So we've been in there. So at this point, I think there's only one part of this map we haven't been in, and that is Lonely Street over here. We can't get into Dorm 4. Mood says we have to go underground and charge the key. I don't know what that means, but apparently it's what we have to do to open number 4. And then there's number 3, which we can't go through because there's a Trimorph. So this bit right here, I think, is like the only part of the map that we have not explored yet. So, I suppose that is what we are going to try to do. We can leave Matlock here, I believe. Like, this woman's not getting up. So there is one thing I do want to try. Let's head down. Let's head to Lonely Street. There's that guy just walking out there. I appreciate him being backed off with each shot. It's kind of frustrating when, sometimes you shoot these zombies and they don't actually flinch. That's not a fun time. Fortunately, Kenzo has tons of Piccolo ammo. The Piccolo is the weakest gun, so we found a whole bunch of ammo for it. So I hope it's not too much of a problem to spend time going up and down this hallway. So someone in the YouTube comments did clue me in to a better way of shaking off the zombies. You don't press all the buttons. You only press X and circle, but you don't mash them. You alternate them. And that actually works. You have to do it specifically like that. Nothing else works. Hey, just walking away. Sir? Is there anything in this locker? No, I just put a micro quarter in there. Is there anything else I want to drop off? Do I actually need that remote control? We already used it for the fireplace, but I still have it. Why do I still have it? It's curious. Yeah, here's the dorm. So, we've been here before. The thing, of course, is that in the back of the room is a Trimorph. Now, we haven't been able to explore the back of this room because of that, but we now have the ability to do some reconnaissance. I assume he won't attack it. There's like a hole in the wall right there. Yeah, there's something there.
The baby bug can't do it on its own.
Can't do what? Pick that up? What is that? It looks like a knife. What? Why would I need a knife? Trying to think of anything. I'm trying to think of anything that I could possibly, like any doors or anything that I need to get through, and thinking about how a knife would help, and I'm not sure how it would. But as it said, it can't do it on its own. Baby bug doesn't have any hands. It can't pick that up. Oh, can I go further down in there? No, it doesn't seem like it. Yeah, and Trimorph does not notice this thing at all. Alright, oh, there's the door, by the way. That's the door that goes out the back of the room. We gotta get to that door. That's like, the hallway past that door is like the only place on the map that we have not explored. But as you can see, this guy is in position. He's just waiting for me to walk towards that door. Is there anything else we can look at here? Just trying to see how much I can explore here with this car. Yeah, there's that door. I like how he's just standing right, like, just barely off screen. So if you came to the screen and you started walking towards that door, like, maybe you might notice, like, his, like, a bit of his body coming onto the screen there. You might notice it, or you might not. And then you'd walk too close to him. Okay, so that's our reconnaissance of the room. Now, a couple of questions. One, is there a way to make the Trimorph move away from that door? I don't know about that. But two, is there a way to get whatever this is? Kenzo does say that the baby bug cannot do it on its own. It needs help. I have to figure that this room is probably what the baby bug is used for, because I'm trying to think, is there any other room where there would be a reason to use this? It seems like this is the room. Alright, so that is our use of the baby bug. Now, it's said that the baby bug cannot do it on its own. The baby bug does have a compartment that we can put items in. Like, I have this needle in thread. I found that in one room. I don't know what we use that for. We can put it in there. Like, what would that do? Probably nothing. Probably nothing. But we can put things in there. Put that screwdriver in there. Can I put the remote in there? Sure, why not? I can put the Baby Bug's remote in the Baby Bug. Why wouldn't I? So we probably need to load the Baby Bug with something. There is a vac tube over there. I think I can get to that vac tube without the Trimorph seeing me. Yeah, I can. Let's see. Well, Matlock has, let's see, the checker.
A magnetic counter.
Which is a magnet. Also has the scarab.
An Egyptian scarab, gold-plated.
Well, we know what we do with that. We're going to use that to open airlock 2. We read about that a while ago. She's got the alarm clock. Still don't know what we do with that.
An alarm clock, German manufacture. Probably 1950s. Inscribed from Martin.
Right, it was a gift from Martin to Haraway. Let's see, anything that Martin has gloves. Baby Bug does not need gloves. Blue tag, laser scalpel, the herbs, the printout, the pop. Yeah, load the pop gun into the Baby Bug, and then the Baby Bug has a weapon. All right, let's do this. Let's put the checker and the alarm clock in there. Let's put this down. Let's take all 3. And we'll have Kenzo draw blood while he's at it.
Well, that's my blood sample if anyone wants it.
Put that back in there. Back up a bit. All right. Whoop, no, not that button. Okay. Baby Bug. Open it up. We'll try putting the checker in there.
A magnetic checker.
Yep. The only thing anyone's saying about it is that it's a magnet. All right. Baby Bug now loaded with a magnet. So can the Baby Bug just, like, drive over the knife and pick it up? It seems like it's a heavy knife. Like, you wouldn't think a small magnet would be able to just pick that up. Well, we can see. If I can just get it around. There, we get it around there. It doesn't seem like it's sticking. It said that the Baby Bug can't do it by itself, but maybe it can't even do it with the power of magnet. What, Kenzo? Did you have an idea? If you have an idea, Kenzo, you can speak up. You know, you can mention it. Also, when I drive over it, the there's no magnifying glass. So I can't use the Baby Bug to observe the knife. Let's get that. Let's open it back up. Take the checker. Oh. The checker had a use option. Most of the other items don't have that. Most of them... Yeah, most of them... It said use with. Most of them have use or examine. But most of them don't have use. The checker had a use with command. And then I clicked on Baby Bug. Now the checker's gone. Does that mean that the checker has now been absorbed by Baby Bug? Is that any different from loading the checker into the Baby Bug? Apparently. Apparently the Baby Bug now has obtained the trait of magnet. It has absorbed the concept of magnetism. It has become one with the checker. Oh, the checker and the Baby Bug now have become a bimorph. They are now one. Okay, and the thing I picked up was the thing that was inside it. Okay. Spectrometer.
I think it's a spectrometer. It analyzes the wavelengths of colors into numerical values.
Oh, well, there's something we could use that on. However, I don't... I guess I was wondering if what we were going to pick up, was it something that we were going to be able to use to move the Trimorph? Apparently not. I mean, I could try the other thing, which would be to put the alarm clock in there. I don't know if that would work. I mean... like, it wouldn't be making any sounds. Is there any way of setting the alarm? I don't think there was an option to set it. I mean, we can check. No, it's just examine alarm clock and place alarm clock. So we don't have the option of actually setting an alarm. So, I mean, even if there'd be no reason for the alarm to go off. No, I don't. I feel like that's not going to work. I feel like the thing that we just did is the thing that you're supposed to use the Baby Bug for. I mean, we still have the Baby Bug, though. So I guess it could be possible that we might be using that for another purpose at some point. But for right now, I think that's what we use this for. Alright, spectrometer. There's the painting in the Kremlin. Let's go analyze it. Wow, I was sure that we would get bitten there. Yeah, and that time pushing knocked it over. So that is a possibility that when you push it, that they might just fall over, and then you're done. You can just run past. Okay. Yep, he's just going to turn around and walk the other way. Can I get... Well... Okay. Use painting with the spectrometer. Uh-huh. All right. Numbers. So we can see the values of each of the colors in the painting. Now, a clue that we got at some point is from Mr. Oba, who said that in his dorm he has a locker, and the solution is the color value of yellow in the painting. So it sounds like that means it's 5637. The only problem is right now that we haven't been able to get into his dorm. So even if I might have the solution to that, I still can't get into his dorm, which is the issue. And I guess you have to write that down because it doesn't look like we're actually taking those numbers with us. I guess you're going to write them down, is the idea. And just to confirm something, let's go talk to our friend, Mood. The Arkham Dorm tag is the problem.
I found the tag for Arkham Dorm, but it won't open the door. Can you help?
Don't bother trying to open the door until you've managed to recharge the tag from the place down below. The tag will assume a healthy green once it's recharged.
Thanks.
Don't mention it.
Right, you gotta go down below and charge the tag. So does that mean that we have to get past the Trimorph that's by the elevator? Because going down below sounds like we would be taking the elevator down, but there's a Trimorph in front of it. So are we supposed to do that before we get into dorm number 4? Oh, actually, this is not the direction I want to go. Because the room that I would like to get into is this one over here. Here's this.
Green tag required.
Right, so this is dorm number 4. And we can't use the key for that.
Right tag, right dorm. What's wrong?
Well, the problem that's wrong is that we need to charge the key. I don't suppose the spectrometer would do anything. No, I didn't think it would. I don't think there's any other options here besides use door and open door. And then there's this door.
Need the key to unlock it.
Which is apparently we just need a key, just like some regular key. I mean, we have a green tag. But When they say key, I'm assuming they just mean like a metal physical key or anything. Is there anything else in this room on the walls? No, it doesn't seem like it. Right, so that's kind of the problem where we're at currently, is that, let's see, we have what, okay, if we get in this dorm, it looks like that we have the solution for the locker code inside. But in order to open this door, we have to charge the key from below. But to get below, I assume they're talking about the big elevator. To get down below, we have the password to get on the elevator, but there is a Trimorph standing in the way. While we're here, we might as well save the game. This is the elevator. Let's just have a look around, see if there's anything that we might have missed. Doesn't seem like there are any other camera angles on this side. Well, we got everything from the dead body. Anything over here? Right, and then there is the Trimorph just standing over there. And we could try saying the word.
Aramis.
But that's not going to do anything from here, I guess. So that's kind of a problem where I am right now. I need to be able to get past that. But I don't have the means to do that. So, okay. It's probably a good time to end tonight's session of Martian Gothic Unification. We actually did make some progress. I mean, as always, it is slow, it is incremental, it is a little bit at a time, but it's something. Okay, so here's the cursor. So like I said, well, we got the spectrometer from dorm number 3, but we still have to get past that Trimorph to get to Lonely Street. And then there's these hallways and like 2 rooms that we have not been to. And then we have to get into dorm number 4, which we have not been in. So like this whole thing we've not been in. And actually, as I've been talking about this, I just remembered one other thing, is that there is another room that we haven't been in, and it's this airlock. If you might remember, we have opened that airlock before, and there is a Trimorph in there which kills us if we open that door. So because of that, we have not actually been able to examine that. So that's another thing. So that airlock is blocked by a Trimorph. The black room over here is where Karn is. This is the elevator that goes down to the necropolis. There's a Trimorph here. And dorm number 3, the door going out the back, is being blocked by a Trimorph. So, 3 Trimorphs on the map that are blocking us from making progress. And at this point, I guess we're going to have to find a way to get past them. Because it seems like we've done everything else that we can do without actually dealing with the Trimorphs. It seems like there is actually nothing left now but to find a way to actually get past these big violent boys. So I guess that is what's going to be happening. As we continue on with Martian Gothic Unification, it's time to finally try to figure out what to do about these rude boys. We're gonna have to think about it. We're gonna have to think about it. Because if we can get past them, like, the world is our oyster. We can get into the airlock, we can get to Lonely Street, we can take the elevator down to the necropolis and charge the key and get into dorm 4 and open the safe. And it's like all home, it's just all downhill. I'm sure it's all downhill from there. No other challenges. We will encounter no other problems for the rest of the game once we do that. I'm sure, as we continue on with Martian Gothic.